Hey guys, Geno Zero, how you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land, whatever part of the world that you are in. Okay, we're going to be making a hat band for my new hat. My other hat was destroyed because it is apparently now a bird condo instead of a rain hat. So I had to go and get another hillbilly rain hat here that I wear in the winter in the rain. And I know I've never seen it on video because I don't make videos in the rain and the sleet and the snow because I just don't. But anyway, the other day we had this black snake. And it had to go, it had to be put down, and it kind of broke my heart a little bit because I really dig black snakes. I really like them. They're handy to have around, especially on your barn where you keep your feed and stuff. But this one, the guy was on his way out. So we had to put him down. And this is the same snake that we fried up the other night when Bev and Howie was here. We had him for dinner, part of our dinner. And now we're going to take his skin that I tanned out just the same way that I did back when I did the copperhead video. I think it was last year, year before last, somewhere. I did the same thing, and I'm going to make a hat band for my new hat. Now, everybody knows I am not in the fancy looking pretty business. I got out of that business back in the 80s when I stopped modeling for Abercrombie & Fitch. Anyway, so what I want to do, I like the look of the way these ridges are when we tan the hide out. I like the way those ridges look on the skin. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to just kind of fold it. I've already kind of measured out where I want it and how I want it, and I made a crease in there. I'm just going to fold this almost in half, but not quite in half, because like I say, I want it to go on my hat like this, where those ridges are prominent and you can see the different colors of the skin. So, and this is just going to be a quick hat band. It's not fancy. I'm going to take a couple dabs of hot glue and just kind of put a little dab here and a little dab there, just to kind of glue this together to keep it from coming apart. This is going to be my first step. Like I say, this is not fancy. This is just a real quick, easy way to make a hat band out of a snake skin. I'm quite sure there's a lot of folks out there that could whip one out with a sewing machine and make it super cool and super fancy, but that's just not my way. So, a little bit of glue. Now I'm going to fold it over where I've got my crease, where I wanted my the skin to be, and how wide I wanted it. Then I'm just going to tack it down like this, and let that glue dry. So that this will be the band itself right here. And it's going to be pretty wide, and it's not going to be symmetrical, but that's the way that I like it. And this is also another way to ensure that this really super cool animal, nothing is going to go to waste on it, which is how we roll. So, unless I'm rolling down the hill. Anyway, so we're going to let this dry a little bit, and we'll get right back to you when I go to the next step, which is just going to be putting it onto the hat. So we'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, so now we've got a bit of this uneven end over here, and there's a fold right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and trim just a little bit of that off to where it'll lay down a little bit better. And we're going to take the hat. We're going to, this tallest ridge right here on the skin is where I want it to be in the front. So I'm just going to take it and wrap it around to kind of get a measurement of where I need to trim it and cut it at. I have a little bit of overlap back here, so right back here is where I want to trim it. So now I just take my scissors and trim it off right there. We've still got a bit of extra skin here that we may use to decorate one of our knife sheaths. I don't know why I can never say that, or something. We'll use this extra skin for. Now I'm going to just, and there's going to be a lot of craft ladies out there who are going to be like, oh my God, no! But this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. I'm not saying this is a how-to. This is how I am doing it. I'm going to take my glue gun. I'm going to put just a couple little dabs of hot glue on the back of this skin like this, just to kind of hold it into place for a minute. And again, I'm going to make sure that I have my band on the way and where I want it. Stretch it out a little bit tight, dab it to the back of my hat, and kind of let it hold there for a minute till the glue takes a hold of it. Keep in mind this is hot glue, and if you're not careful, You may burn the crap out of your fingers. I'm just saying. Like that. Now that that glue's got a hold of it pretty good, I'm going to take the other side and wrap it around with my little bit of overhang. Put me a couple little dabs of glue on this end, just like that. I'm going to stretch it tight as I can around the hat. Bring it in, and then I'll hold this side until the glue holds it there. Again, this is not going to be a pretty, and I mean, there's a lot of people who would have folded it several different ways to get a thinner band or to have it all look the same width. And if that's what you like, then that's great. You can do whatever you like with it. Everything will look cool. It all looks cool. I like this look right here, and that's the look that I'm going to go for. So there we have it. Now it is on there. That would probably suffice as holding it. You probably could have a couple little dabs of glue here and there. But what I'll do is once all this cools off and dries, I'm probably going to put a little bit of a stitch here in the front and then a little stitch on the back to hold it in place. And when I get to that point, I will show you that. So I'll be back here in a minute. Okay guys, so we got our hat now. We've got our band just kind of tacked on there. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the inside out. I'm going to fold this leather piece down from the inside, fold it out so that way you're not trying to sew through the leather. And then I'm going to start on the inside and push it through. Push it through the felt and push it through the hide and probably push it through my finger. If you don't poke yourself about 7 times, you just ain't doing it right. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to bring it out like this. We're going to push it back through. We're not trying to make a like a seam or anything. We're just making sure that if a good strong breeze comes up, that the band is not going to come off. So now this is an artificial sinew, by the way. I'm using the sinew to tie this and to sew it on with because it's I think it'll hold up a lot better than thread personally, because it's designed to be outside and in the weather. Whereas cotton thread may eventually decay and degrade enough to where it comes through. Now I'm just going to tie a little simple knot, and I'm going to grab scissors since I forgot to grab scissors, and trim them off. And then I will do the same here on the back side, and the band will be attached, and that will be the hat band. So let me get my scissors and trim this off, and then we'll do the back stitch. And we'll see the finished product here directly. Okay guys, so what I did is I put 1 stitch here in the front, and I ended up putting 2 stitches here in the back where the 2 sections of skin meet, just to make sure that it stays on there and stays secure. And now we have our finished hat band, and it don't get much more hillbilly than that. And I hope you like it. Quick, fast, in a hurry, nothing fancy. Now I can add on to this. At some point, we'll get some coon teeth or something like that, and whenever we butcher critters and trap critters and all that kind of stuff hunting, we will add on to our hat band. So there you have it. You guys, thanks for watching. I hope this helps. If you ever come across a snake and you have to dispatch it, this is another way you can put it to some good use and not have to waste anything. So thanks for watching. You guys have a great day. God bless. The end. Buzz, buzz. The end.